Do you really need to hire a trademark lawyer? Can't you figure out how to handle lots of trademark problems on your own with just a little bit of research online? Here's what you should know about DIYing versus delegating when it comes to trademark issues. Hey friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Faith Mitton and I am an attorney on a mission to simplify brand protection for small business owners. This YouTube channel is all about trademarks all the time. So if you want to learn more about this area of law and how to make it work for you, then you'll want to make sure that you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss a new video when I drop one. Now let's get into today's topic, DIYing versus delegating a trademark issue. And what I mean by that is the difference between handling an issue on your own, which is DIYing, versus hiring a competent licensed trademark attorney to handle that issue for you, which is delegating. But to make sure we're all on the same page, let's start by defining what a trademark is. A trademark is a type of legal protection for a business's brand identity. That includes things like the business names, whether it is the name of the business itself or the names of certain product lines or name of certain service lines, or it could include taglines or logos. You get certain trademark rights automatically just by using a trademark in public, but those trademark rights are very limited. They're going to only be valid in the places where you have actual sales. To get the strongest trademark rights that protect your brand nationwide, regardless of where you have sales, you will need to apply to register that name, tagline, or logo with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Okay, with that background out of the way, let's dive into our topic about DIYing versus delegating your trademark stuff, because there are a bunch of different places on your journey as an entrepreneur where you might encounter different trademark issues. It could be deciding whether to file a trademark application in the first place or dealing with some type of challenge to a filed application, whether that's an office action from the USPTO or an opposition from another trademark owner. It could be dealing with an infringement problem where one of your competitors infringes on your branding by using a name or a tagline or a logo that's too similar to yours, which could confuse your clients and customers. Or the reverse of that, where someone accuses you of infringing on their brand and you are in a position where you have to defend yourself. It could be handling the renewal filings to keep your trademark registration alive, or responding to an audit from the USPTO. Because yes, they do random checkups on trademark registrations to see if they should still be valid or whether they should be canceled. It could be figuring out how to monetize your trademark by licensing it to somebody else, setting up holding companies, or even selling your brand. Regardless of the trademark issue that you're facing, DIYing versus delegating comes down to these three yes or no questions. To stay firmly in the DIY camp, you will need to be able to confidently answer yes to each question. If you answer no or even I don't know to any question, that's a pretty good sign that you should be delegating that issue to a competent, licensed trademark attorney. All right, so first question, is hiring an attorney really outside of your budget? Before you jump to answer yes, I would invite you to do some research, because there's a tendency among entrepreneurs to shy away from hiring an attorney because they assume the cost will be too high. But you may be surprised to learn that getting high quality legal help is actually more affordable than you think it is. Some attorneys only charge flat rates to make it easy for their clients to budget for legal services instead of billing them hourly and running up the bill for every little thing. Some attorneys offer really flexible payment arrangements for their clients so they don't have to pay in full or throw down a huge retainer just to get started. And many attorneys are small business owners themselves and cater to serving small businesses. And in doing so, they come up with really unique and creative ways to deliver services in a way that will be accessible and affordable for their clients. So before you conclude that hiring an attorney is completely out of the question, do some investigation and find out how much professional help will actually cost you. Second question, are you willing to go to the source text to learn what the law actually is. By source text, I mean the legal documents that are the basis for trademark law in this country. So at minimum, that refers to laws passed by Congress, decisions made by courts, regulations, and policies put out by government agencies. These documents are always written in legalese with a bunch of technical jargon that's kind of hard to understand if you don't have a legal background. And while you may be able to use an AI or assistant to help you translate this legalese into plain English, that can be kind of hit or miss because they don't always translate accurately. But going back to the source text is necessary because anything that you find in your online research, whatever resources you're relying on, will always oversimplify whatever concepts they're discussing. That's because trademark law is incredibly intricate, super complex, and very counterintuitive. So when someone is summarizing a trademark concept, it's unreasonable to expect them to cover every twist and turn that could apply to that topic because there may be lots of twists and turns. You should not make legal decisions based on these summaries alone, whether you've paid for it by purchasing a book or a course, or whether you found the information for free, because the summaries are not a full statement of the law. And the summary might exclude something that's very relevant to your situation that could completely change the outcome. To put it plainly, not knowing the full law could result in you losing a trademark dispute when you should win, leaving money on the table when negotiating a trademark deal because you don't even realize that you have leverage, unintentionally infringing on someone else's trademark and landing yourself in legal hot water, filing a trademark application that has no chance of success because you don't realize that the law is going to shut you down in this area, or accidentally weakening your trademark rights by taking certain actions or failing to take certain actions. So to confidently and accurately DIY any trademark issue, you need to know what the source text is, where to find it, how to check whether it's accurate because the laws change. You also need to know how to read it and interpret it and to apply it to the specifics of your situation, including any particular nuances or exceptions that are unique to you. So that brings us to our last question. Knowing what it will take to DIY correctly, meaning being willing to go into the source text. Would you rather spend your time DIYing instead of doing any of the other things in this life that bring you peace, joy, fulfillment, income, etc.? Practically speaking, time is limited and there are only 24 hours in a day. How much of that time do you want to spend honestly doing boring legal research instead of anything else? Think about it. Do you really want to spend your free time buried in case law and congressional statutes and federal regulations and manuals from government agencies? Does that sound like a good time? Nope. Instead of getting lost in legal jargon, you could be spending time growing your business, building relationships, increasing your income, the things that actually excite you about being an entrepreneur. But it isn't just about work. Life is short and time is precious. You could be out there living your life, traveling, spending time with your loved ones, making memories, instead of drowning in legal stuff and stressing out about it. Because the truth is, DIYing is not free. You will pay with your time. So only you can figure out what your time is worth. So a good exercise for you to do is to figure out how much money do I want to earn per year? How many hours do I want to work per year? And then divide the amount of money that you want to make in your ideal world by the number of hours that you want to work, to just figure out roughly how much your time is worth. And let's say you do the math and you say, all right, I think my time is worth $100 per hour. Oh, if you take 40 hours over the course of a few weeks to do research into a legal topic, then it will cost you $4,000 to DIY that legal issue. If you could find an attorney to solve that problem for you in a shorter amount of time for the same or similar or even less money than that, would it be more beneficial to you to spend that time DIYing or to do the other things that bring you peace, enjoyment, fulfillment, income in life? Lots of food for thought here, right? So many things to consider. But I hope you will think about these questions the next time that you encounter a trademark issue in your business and you have to decide whether to DIY or to delegate. And remember, if you cannot wholeheartedly answer yes to each of the questions, yes, I have done my research and investigated and found out that hiring an attorney is completely out of my budget. Yes, I am willing to go into the source text and spend countless hours reading case law and statutes and legal regulations to get a full understanding of the trademark law surrounding my legal issue. And yes, this is worth my time instead of doing the other things that bring me peace, enjoyment, fulfillment, income, etc. in my life. If you can answer yes to all three questions, then maybe DIYing is okay. But if there's at least one no, that might be a good indication that you should delegate that legal issue to a competent, licensed trademark attorney. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. If you found it helpful, I hope that you will like it. And I also hope that you'll subscribe for more trademark content. If you have questions, as always, please feel free to drop them into the comments. I will read and personally reply to any questions that I receive. And I hope that I can answer your question if you have one. Thank you again for watching. And until next video, take care.